Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive into the world of research collaboration. We're going to be talking about how researchers are teaming up and tackling these big questions. And we're looking at a really cool article. It's from academicjobs.com and it's written by their CEO, Jared Canise. It's pretty fascinating how research has kind of evolved over time. It's almost like we've shifted from little science to big science.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable shift. Like think about, that classic image. You've got like a lone scientist just kind of hunched over in their lab. But today research, it's often a massive endeavor. It's really a collaborative effort, often spanning like the entire globe.
And when I think about that shift, World War II really jumps out at me. Like the scale and the urgency of wartime research.
Yeah.
It just demanded a whole new level of teamwork, right?
Absolutely. That need for collaboration, it just accelerated as technology advanced, as global economics evolved, and as digital communication, really took off. And so today we're seeing researchers from all over the world, from these super diverse backgrounds and, at different career stages. They're working together in ways that, just decades ago would have been unimaginable.
And it's interesting how Knize breaks this down. He outlines 5 main types of research collaborations. So let's just jump right in. Maybe we can start with the most, local, like collaborating within your own academic institution.
Yeah, within your own university. I mean, think about all the potential right there on your campus. It's not just professors working together. You could have staff students, even administrator, all contributing to this shared project.
It's like this incredible melting pot, all
Yeah.
this knowledge and experience, right?
Mm.
And you don't even have to travel to tap into it. Imagine just bumping into a collaborator. You're just walking down the hallway, and boom, you have a spontaneous brainstorming session.
Mm.
I feel like that's where some of the big breakthroughs could come from.
Oh, absolutely. Those informal exchanges, they can be incredibly valuable. Fresh perspectives, new ideas, and of course, even with like more structured collaborations, just being in the same institution makes communication and regular meetings so much easier. And that can really, speed up the progress.
So building on that idea of shared resources, what about collaborations between different academic institutions? So expanding that research network beyond just your own university.
Well, imagine like a principal investigator. They're leading this large, funded project, and they invite researchers from other universities. They're bringing them in to contribute their expertise. Junior researchers could gain invaluable experience, while senior researchers, they benefit from those fresh perspectives. It's a win-win.
And then on top of that, they could share resources
Yeah.
like specialized equipment or access to a much larger pool of study participants. It's like they're combining their strengths to achieve something that's much bigger than any single institution could do on its own.
Exactly. It's like pooling your resources. For this like super powered research project,
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. And let's think about collaboration with a government entity. This one really intrigues me because this is where research can have a direct impact on policy and, addressing these major societal challenges.
yeah, it's all about aligning research goals with the needs of society. Government agencies, they might provide funding for specific research projects. And in turn, researchers, they can offer their expertise to help tackle these really pressing issues. I mean, think about the role that scientists played in addressing the COVID-19 pandemic. That's like a prime example.
Yeah, it's definitely a two-way street. Researchers can approach government agencies. They can bring their own proposals, or they can, respond to specific needs that the agencies have identified.
That's a great point. It's all about finding that sweet spot where the goals of researchers and the
Yeah.
needs of society, they intersect.
So let's bring research into the quote-unquote real world. And let's talk about collaboration with private industry. It feels like this is where research can lead to. Tangible innovation, new products, maybe even entirely new technologies.
Absolutely. Think of it as like a fast track from research to application. Businesses, they're always looking for fresh ideas. They want to stay competitive. And researchers, they provide that cutting edge expertise. It's a partnership that can drive real progress and economic growth.
Yeah, it's exciting to think about research leaving the lab and having this direct impact on people's lives. And of course, researchers, they benefit from seeing their work applied in these practical ways.
It can be very rewarding for both sides.
All right, so finally, let's talk about collaboration with international researchers. This feels like the ultimate expression of breaking down barriers in research, bringing together all these diverse perspectives from all over the globe.
I mean, imagine the possibilities. You've got researchers from different countries, each with their own unique approaches to problem solving, and they're all working together. It's a recipe for groundbreaking discoveries. And those results could benefit not just one nation, but the entire world.
It's a powerful idea. And I think it really speaks to the heart of what research collaboration is all about, tackling humanity's biggest challenges.
Exactly. It's recognizing that these global issues require a global response. And research is at the forefront
Yeah.
of finding those solutions.
Yeah, it really does highlight how interconnected the world has become, even in like the realm of research. And speaking of connections, it's pretty fascinating how much technology has influenced this evolution of, research collaboration.
Oh, totally. It's amazing to think about how, like, open source software, for example,
Mm.
allows researchers all over the world to connect. They can share data and even build on each other's work, like in real time. It's like this virtual laboratory that's constantly buzzing with activity.
It is incredible. And, going back to the source material for a moment, this whole exploration of collaboration types, it's from the CEO of academicjobs.com. So if anyone listening is thinking like, okay, this all sounds fantastic, but like, where do I actually find these collaborators?
Yeah, that's a good point. Academicjobs.com sounds like it could be a great starting point. Maybe it's kind of like a matchmaking service for researchers. It seems like it could be. But beyond the practicalities, what I find particularly interesting about this shift toward collaboration is that it really challenges that stereotypical image of the lone genius scientist.
That's so true. We often celebrate like individual brilliance,
Mm.
like an Einstein or a Curie, but we kind of forget about the teams of researchers who are often working behind the scenes.
And today, collaboration is more visible and more celebrated than ever. We're really recognizing that groundbreaking discoveries, they're often the result of teamwork. Diverse minds coming together to solve these complex problems.
Yeah, it's like each collaborator brings a unique piece to the puzzle, and when those pieces fit together, they create this like more complete and meaningful picture.
I like that analogy. And just like a puzzle, the more diverse the pieces are, the more interesting that final image is going to be. And I think that's reflected in the richness of the research.
Absolutely. So looking ahead, what does all of this mean for the future of research? Where do we go from here?
Well, I think we're going to see even more emphasis on interdisciplinary and international collaboration. The lines between disciplines are already blurring, and it's clear that some of the biggest challenges facing humanity, like climate change or global pandemics, they require this multifaceted approach.
Yeah, you need physicists working with biologists, sociologists collaborating with engineers. It's all about breaking down those silos and recognizing that knowledge isn't confined to these neat little boxes.
Exactly. And with technology constantly evolving, the possibilities for collaboration are practically limitless. I mean, we've only just scratched the surface of what's possible.
Yeah, it's a really exciting time to be in research.
Yeah.
But all of this collaboration, it can't be without its challenges, right? It can't all be smooth sailing.
Of course, there are always challenges. Any collaboration, just like any relationship, it requires effort, it requires understanding, strong communication skills, a willingness to compromise, and the ability to navigate, different personalities and different working styles. You might face disagreements, conflicting opinions. And it's important to approach those situations with respect and a commitment to open dialogue.
What about those practical hurdles, like managing different timelines, maybe even language barriers if you're working internationally?
Oh, yeah, those are all very real challenges. And it's important to be proactive in addressing them, setting clear expectations from the beginning, establishing good communication channels, and fostering a culture of respect and trust within the team can make a huge difference in the success of a collaboration.
So for someone listening who's maybe interested in like dipping their toes into the world of research collaboration, what advice would you give them?
I'd say go for it. The potential rewards are immense, but just be prepared to put in the work. Be open to new ideas, be willing to compromise, and remember that communication is key.
It really is good advice for just about any kind of partnership.
Oh, for sure.
And I think another thing is you shouldn't be afraid to reach out to potential collaborators, even if they seem, a little intimidating or out of reach.
Yeah, you never know what amazing partnerships you might be able to forge. And don't forget, if you're looking for collaborators or just, exploring different opportunities, academicjobs.com is a great resource.
Yeah, that's right. We've been exploring some of the ideas from Jared Canize's article on their site.
Yeah,
And it seems like they have just a wealth of information on research collaboration.
it's definitely a great platform for connecting with researchers from all over the world and, discovering these new and exciting projects.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left with this sense of optimism. It's just really inspiring to think about all the ways that researchers are coming together to solve these problems and advance knowledge.
Me too. The future of research is collaborative, and that's a really good thing.
It's all about breaking down barriers, embracing diversity, and working together to make the world a better place.
And who knows, maybe one of our listeners will be part of the next groundbreaking collaborative discovery.
Yeah, maybe even you. So as you go about your day, I'll leave you with this thought. What kind of research collaboration could you be a part of? What impact do you want to have on the world? The possibilities are endless. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.